Ohai. Tianjin, one of 4 cities of the Central Submission of People's Republic of China. The city area of Tianjin is 3rd largest in continental China. The population minus card people. According to a census of 2020, the area is 11943 km. DDD minus 750 billion yuans, 2009. Tianjin treats northern China is located along the Bohai Gulf, on the northernmost tip of the Great Chinese Channel, which is connected with the Huanghe rivers and Yangtze. From the north, the south and the west, Tianjin borders on the province of Hebei, on the territory of Beijing in the northwest. From the east, the territory of Tianjin is washed by the Bohai Gulf. Tianjin is connected to Beijing, which is located in 96 km to the northwest by the high-speed railroad. The total area of Tianjin minus 11946 km. Without water area minus 11607 km. 31st place. The city area is located along the river Hake. The ports of Tianjin are located on some distance from a city area on the bank of the Bohai Gulf Pacific Ocean. Despite proximity of the Yellow Sea, climate in Tianjin continental, with sharp temperature drops. The relief is equal, with adjacent coastal areas. Tianjin is the southern city, being on the 39th parallel that approximately corresponds to the latitude of Athens, Madrid and Ashgabat. However, the climate of Tianjin is similar to climate of the far east of Russia and Korea, having sharply expressed monsoonal character. In the winter, cold norths from Siberia; in the summer, the southern winds from the South China Sea blow, bringing hot stuffy weather with a large amount of rainfall. The climate of Tianjin is semi-arid with elements of a humid continental climate. In Tianjin, all 4 seasons are expressed. Winter in Tianjin short and dry. The coldest months are December and January, as these months with the minimum quantity of solar radiation. Average temperature of January is 3.3 C. However, snow is very rare, and winter practically always snowless. The spring comes at the end of February and lasts until the end of April. The spring dry and sometimes is followed by returns of cold weather or a summer heat. Sharp change of weather comes in May when the monsoon comes. There comes the damp, stuffy and hot summer. Hottest month July is though the absolute maximum. Plus 42. 0 C. Was recorded in June. In July and August there comes abnormally high amount of precipitation, and the monsoon reaches a maximum. In September the number of rainfall gradually begins to be reduced, and the summer lasts until the end of the first decade of October. The fall sometimes brings dry and warm weather, but on average short, and passes into winter. Frosts usually come in November, and average daily temperature becomes negative at the end of the first decade of December. To the Empire of Sun, the Valley Hake was poorly populated. In the 12th century there were warehouses for grain and other products of central and southern China which were distributed on northern regions of the country from here. At the Empire of Yuan near Tianjin, sultans were arranged.
Transfer of the capital from Nanjing to Beijing led to rapid growth of the settlement, which was strengthened and received the name Protection of the Heavenly Fort.
Tianjin Way. In 1368, the city became gate to Beijing for all population of the southern and central China. Europeans were admired by the new-built temples of the city and the wall 7.6 meters high surrounding it.
The arrangement on an extreme northern point of the Great Channel favored to development of the city at the Empire of Qing.
Every decade freight traffic increased. The goods brought from all China on channels were overloaded here on carts for transportation to the capital. Change of the course hake and contamination of the channel struck blow to economic value of Tianjin in the 19th century. It becomes the residence of the powerful Tsinsky dignitary, the deputy Cheli. In this regard, such unequal contracts as the Tinsinsky Russian-Chinese Treatise 1858 and Tinsinsky Contract 1885 exactly here were signed. During the Second Opium War, Tianjin underwent bombing of British and French. The Chinese government was forced to make concessions, one of which was providing concessions to foreigners in Tianjin. In 1885 in the city, the Biansky Military College was open. By the end of the 19th century, near the old Chinese city, modern European quarters grew. In the city, nationalist sentiments were strong. The Catholic cathedral and a shelter were exposed to armed attacks more than once. When in 1900 the Kuansky revolt broke out, foreign armies entered the city again. The city wall was demolished. Following the results of suppression of a revolt, the country interventionists, earlier not having concessions in Tianjin, received them, and all in the city there were 8 concessions. Austro-Hungarian. Since 1901. Italian. 1901. Russian. 1900. Belgian. 1902. Japanese. 1888. French. 1861. British. 1860. And German. 1899. Till 1919 in the city the post office of the Russian Empire was located. After the Civil War in Russia in November 1922 in Tianjin, it appeared many Russian officers and Cossacks and also Diks of their families. For 1929 in the Russian national community of Tianjin there were 570 people. There was the Russian hospital, parish school, the Dollhouse house, chorus and the Ukrainian Society for Statement of Performances.
As of the end of 2009, the population of the city of the Central Submission Tianjin was made by Card people from whom constantly lived in the territory of the city of Card people.
That is Hatyuku. Among Huku Card were city dwellers, Card rural.
Most of the population, Han, however, live in the city. 53 of 55 small nationalities registered in the territory of the People's Republic of China. According to a population census of the People's Republic of China of 2010, the first 5 nationalities on population in the city of Tianjin were the following.
The city of the Central Submission Tianjin is divided into 16 areas. as well as in other regions of the People's Republic of China, existence of an administrative chief, party government, is characteristic of Tianjin. The head of the government of the city of Tianjin, the mayor of Tianjin. Armed Forces. In Tianjin, the headquarters of the 24th Destructive Avia Division, Engineering Academy of Nobe Transport, School of the Back of Naval Forces and the National Center of Ocean Technologies. Development of underwater and surface fighting robots are located. Economy. In the 20th century, Tianjin became the engine of the Chinese industrialization, the largest center of heavy and light industry. The city is a part of the economic region the Bohai Ring. Nominal DDD of Tianjin as of 2009 was 750 billion yuans. About $110 billion. Growth to previous year minus 16.5%. As of 2009, DDD per capita was 62000 yuans. About $90 dollars. DDD on the industries, the industry. 54.8%. Prevailed, it was the most fast-growing sphere. Plus 18.2%. Economies of Tianjin. Comprehensive net income at recalculation per capita in the city was 21000 yuans, that in real terms meant growth by 10.3% to previous year. The similar indicator for rural areas was 10000 yuans, plus 10.4% to previous year. About 40% of the area of municipality of the city of Tianjin are the share of rural areas. The main products of agriculture: wheat, rice and corn. Important trade is coastal fishery. In the territory of city municipality there are oil reserves of about 1 billion tons. The main oil and gas production is concentrated near Daegan. The region of Chanlu Yanxi is known as industrial base on production of salt. One more resource of Tianjin are geothermal power sources. Also near Tianjin, reserves of manganese and a pine forest were found. Tianjin, important industrial base of the People's Republic of China. The main types of the industry: the chemical, petrochemical and textile industry, aircraft industry, automotive industry, shipbuilding, pharmaceutical industry, metallurgy, power industry, production of construction materials, papers, foodstuff, drinks, the industrial equipment and packing materials, instrument making, the electronic and optical industry, metalworking. In the city, the plant of the Airbus company for assembly of liners of the class Airbus A and Airbus A, which officially opened in 2009, is located. In this project, the State Group of AVIC acted as the partner of the European corporation. Also in Tianjin are located the helicopter plant Avicopter, division of AVIC Corporation, the Rakatroitldi plant of Wanango, division of the China Aerospace Science and Technology Corporation Company, and the plant of the third Ngo, division of the China Aerospace Science and Industry Corporation Company. Tianjin is the large center of the pharmaceutical and biotechnological industry. Such famous producers as Tianjin Pharmaceutical Group, CanSino Biologics, Teens Group, Quanjian Group and Tasli Holding Group are based here. Besides, in the city, the Sinopec Tianjin Petrochemical Plant, Tianjin for Toyota Motor and Great Wall Motors car assembly plants. Shipyards of Tianjin Zin Shipbuilding Heavy Industry, Tianjin Pipe Corporation Tube Rolling Plant, the plant on production of the large-size tunnel boring China Railway Engineering Equipment Group complexes, the plants of SMIC, Samsung Electronics, Lithium and Sanyon Optoelectronics Semiconductors. Tianjin Seagull Watch Group Watch Factory, the plant of Sunny Optical Technology optics are placed.
And Tianjin Regional Commercial Banks of China Bohai Bank and Bank of Tianjin, and also large insurance company Huaxia Life Insurance and Tianjinskaya, the exchange on trade and carbon quotas are based. The main part of financial institutions is concentrated in the new business area to Ujiapu Financial District, who is a part of the region of Benhai.
Construction and real estate. In Tianjin, a lot of residential, office and trade real estate is under construction.
The largest developer of the city is the private Sunac China Holdings Group.
The highest buildings of Tianjin are Golden 117, 596 m. The financial center Statit, 530 m. Modern City, 338 m. Tinsinski World Financial Center, 337 m. And Sinban Plaza, 300 m. Foreign trade.
After the entry of China into the WTO, the total foreign trade turnover of Tianjin grew from 150.37 billion yuans,
$23.61 billion in 2001 to 736.79 billion yuans, 115.69 billion in 2020, having increased by 390%.
As of 2022, the minimum wage in Tianjin for the workers occupied full-time makes 2180 yuans,
$341.81 a month, whereas for the workers occupied part-time minus 22.6 yuans, $3.54 an hour. Zones of Economic and Technical Development. Tinsinski Zone of Economic and Technical Development. Tinsinski Industrial Park of the Tinsinski Airport. Tinsinski International Logistics Zone of the Tinsinski Airport.
The Tinsinski International Logistics Zone of the Tinsinski Airport, the project which is in common organized with financial support of the Tinsinski Free Trade Zone of Tinsinski Port and also the Tinsinski International Airport Benhai. She settles down in the territory of the Tinsinski International Airport Benhai, and her activity is carried out with an air transport of the airport.
Local and foreign airline companies work at various directions. This set of the logistic companies is engaged in sorting, warehousing, distribution, processing. On the database of zones, the largest processing zone and base of air transportation in northern China is created. Tinsinski Zone of Economic and Technical Development by the Tinsinski Zone of Economic and Technical Development, TEDA. Tinsinski Processing Export Zone. The Tinsinski Processing Export Zone is located in the territory in 2.54 km. In a northeast part of the Tinsinski Zone of Economic Development. The development zone in Phase 1 makes 1 square kilometer. One of basic characteristics of a zone, the developed transport network and the system of communications. Distance to Tianjin minus 40 km, to Beijing minus 145 km, to Tinsinski Port minus 5 km. Free Trade Zone of Tianjin Port, the largest free trade zone in the north and the northeast of the People's Republic of China.
The project of creation of a zone was approved by the State Council in 1991.
Is located in 38 kilometers from the Tianjin International Airport Binhe, approximately in 30 kilometers from the city and less than a kilometer from shipyard. Tianjin State Sea High-Tech Zone of Development Tanga. The zone was founded in 1992, and in 1995 the State Council of the People's Republic of China gave it the status of the State High-Tech Zone of Development. A zone only in the People's Republic of China, having such status in which the sea industry and high technologies at the same time develops. As of 2008, in a zone 2068 corporations which worked in the following industries worked. Development of new materials, oil refining, production of modern machines and equipment and also radio-electronic equipment. In Tianjin, the National Supercomputer Center, where there is a Tianjin-1A supercomputer, the fastest in the world, from October 2010 to June 2011 is located. Transport. Tianjin Station. Tianjin Tram. Tianjin Subway. High-speed railroad Beijing-Tianjin. External Belt Road. Internal Belt Road. Tianjin International Airport Binhe. In Tianjin, two airlines, Tianjin Airlines and Grand Star Cargo, are based. Marine transport. The seaport of Tianjin is the largest port of the country for import of liquefied natural gas.
The main volumes of oil arrive from Australia, Russia, Indonesia,
Malaysia and Singapore. The largest terminal on unloading of oil the Sinopec company owns. Other gas terminal the China National Offshore Oil Corporation, Tianjin Gas and Tianjin Port Group companies in common own. Besides, the important place in goods turnover of port is taken by containers, import of iron ore, mainly from Australia and Brazil, and cars. An operator of Tianjin Port is the State Tianjin Port Group Company. The port of Tianjin is included into 10 the largest container ports of the world. Following the results of 2020, the seaport of Tianjin processed 18.35 million standard containers, that is 6.1% more than in 2019. For the first 7 months 2021, goods turnover of the port of Tianjin exceeded 300 million tons, and a turn of containers made 13.48 million too, having increased by 15.8% in comparison with the same period of previous year. Following the results of 2021, in Tianjin port more than 20 million standard containers were processed.
About 60% of the general capacity of port were the share of the freights intended for the countries along a belt and a way.
Speedways. Beijing Shanghai. Beijing Harbin. Beijing Tianjin Tanga. Tangshan Tianjin. Baoding Tianjin. National highways. Goda 102. Beijing Harbin. Goda 103. Beijing Tianjin Tanga. Goda 104. Beijing Fuzhou. Goda 105. Beijing Chuqi. Goda 112. Ring. Goda 112. Shanghaiguan Shenzhen. Culture. City dwellers of Tianjin speak a kind of a northern dialect of Chinese, a Tianjin dialect.
Despite geographical proximity to Beijing, a Tianjin dialect significantly differs from Beijing on the basis of which it was created a Putanqua.
Fundamentals of local cuisine is a large number of seafood that is connected with proximity to the sea. Most often the dish, which consists of 8 meat dishes which are in 8 different cups, occurs in the menu. From there is also his name. Emergence of a similar dish belongs to the Qing dynasty. The dish, a complex banquet dish to which a large number of meat products and offal and also seafood belongs, is also widespread. Besides, Tianjin is known for the snack. So, traditional kind of a baozi is kubel here. Besides, the kind of maku snack is known. Ardoin is a local traditional trademark of pies. Tianjin is house of the Beijing opera, a kind of the Chinese opera.
Also, Tianjin is known for the comedy actors and actually this genre across all China.
Outstanding Chinese comedians Guo Tagging and Asakuzit Sanli sometimes in performances used a Tianjin dialect. In 15 kilometers from Tianjin, the settlement of Yanliancin is located. Except that it is the center of the region of Sitzin of the city of Tianjin, he is still known for own art form, traditional pictures on subjects of New Year. One more traditional art form are clay figurines of Shang. In 2017, the Binhai Tianjin Library designed by Elvard Bura was open. Education. Nankai University. One of the most prestigious universities in the People's Republic of China, is founded in 1919. The Tianjin University. The first university in China is founded in 1895.
Under the authority of National Association of Civil Aviation of the People's Republic of China. University of Civil Aviation of the People's Republic of China. Under the authority of the authorities of the province of Hebei. The Hebei Technological University. The first university of such profile in China is founded in 1903. Under the authority of local authorities. Tianjin Academy of Arts. Tianjin Institute of Agriculture. Tianjin Conservatory. Tianjin University of Foreign Languages. Tianjin Institute of Physical Culture. Tianjin Medical University. Tianjin Pedagogical University. Tianjin Technological University. Tianjin University of Commerce. Tianjin University of Finance and Economy. Tianjin Scientific and Technical University. Tianjin Polytechnical University. Tianjin University of Technology and Pedagogics. Tianjin University of Traditional Chinese Medicine. Tianjin City Construction Institute. Note:
The list didn't include educational institutions in which there are no programs of training of bachelors of full-time courses. The international education is presented by the Tianjin Center of Preparation, which was opened in 2006 by Florida International University. The project is a joint child of the local government and university, which is based in Miami. Science. The leading research establishments of Tianjin are the Tianjin University, Nankai University, the Center of Joint Innovations of Chemical Science and Engineering, the Tianjin Medical University, Institute of Cancer of the Tianjin Medical University, Institute Hematology/Hospital of Diseases of Blood of the Chinese Academy of Medical Sciences, the Tianjin Scientific and Technical University. The main hospital of the Tianjin Medical University, the Tianjin Polytechnical University. Tainan University. The Tianjin Technological University. Also in Tianjin, the Hebeiski Technological University, the first and second hospitals of Tianjin, the Tianjin University of Traditional Chinese Medicine, the Tianjin Pedagogical University, Tianjin Eye Hospital, the first educational hospital of the Tianjin University of Traditional Chinese Medicine, Institute of Industrial Biotechnologies of the Chinese Academy of Sciences are located. Sport. In the city, several soccer teams representing the Super League, Tianjin TAD, and the First League, Tianjin Songjiang. Also there is a basketball team acting in the Northern Division of the Chinese Basketball Association, Tianjin Rongang. Also far. Write comments. Read comments. Interesting people will tell interesting stories. All of good mood and good luck.